This morning, something very peculiar happened when I went to pick up my car from the service station where I had sent it for its annual maintenance service. The service advisor who was attending to me went and got the car out from the parking lot, which was at the back of the service station. And when he came towards the exit gate, where I was waiting to have the car delivered, he realized that there was only one parking slot available there for the visitors to park, and it was a tad inconvenient for him to park there. So he just pulled over in front of the main gate, um, bang in the middle of the driveway, which would be used by cars both entering and exiting the service station, and proceeded to get out of the car. The guard who saw this immediately called out to him, asking him to, park the car in the slot which was available, albeit a bit inconvenient for him. To which the service advisor suddenly seemed to take offense for no apparent reason and ended up yelling at the guard. In fact, called him a few names, including calling him an idiot, because apparently the guard couldn't see that he was handing over the car to me, the customer, wherein I was supposed to get the car out of the service station right away. Although there is still some paperwork pending, so it was going to take maybe a few minutes, 5, maybe 7 minutes, for him to go and get the paperwork done, during which the car was still going to be in the way of others, potentially blocking people, inconveniencing them. I was quite embarrassed and I wanted to do something about it, but I was afraid that doing anything, saying anything even, would potentially be like meddling in their internal matters. So I stood there, embarrassed and hoping that he would just get the paperwork done soon and that I could be on my way. Sure enough, he got the paperwork done in a matter of minutes and I was on my way. But while I was there, I couldn't help think about what had transpired. The service advisor, who was very cordial with me, in fact, he was almost patronizing, asking me to review his work well and give him a nice rating because he'd apparently done a great job with my car, and he'd asked me for all sorts of uh, he'd asked me to get back to him with any requests or any concerns that I had so that he could address them. So it had been a pretty decent experience. But the same person was so different when he was dealing with one of his own colleagues, a co-worker, even if that guard who he had yelled at was a little lower in hierarchy, in the work hierarchy at that service station. He was still a co-worker he would see every single day. How is it that we are so nice to people who we might not even see in a year, um, whereas we're so rude and inconsiderate towards people who we're going to literally look at and see um, pretty much every single day, multiple times in a day? And how is it that we are able to get past that without questioning ourselves? Just like charity starts at home, clarity of thought, of intent also starts at home. We've got to start being kinder, nicer, more considerate towards people in our own circles, within our own families, within our workplaces, in our communities. And that's the start to us starting to potentially being nicer to people outside of these circles. Our countrymen, our fellow planeteers, and everyone around. I just don't see how this is something that isn't common sense. If you're watching this video, if you've come this far, I think there is a chance that it's got you thinking about things that have transpired in your life in the past. And if you've been at either the receiving end or the erring side of any such incident, please think about it and consider starting being kinder to people in your own circle, because life is hard as it is for everyone. It's harder for people who are less fortunate than us. And the least we can do is not make it even harder for them by being inconsiderate and rough with them. Consider being kind, being nice, and making their lives a tad easier without doing much, by literally not doing anything contrary to what common sense says. Thank you for listening in, like always. And it's been nice recording this video after a long time. Um, my thanks must go out to an aunt I met at a recent gathering at my son's school. And she knows who she is, so she's watching this video. Thank you so much for encouraging me, inspiring me to record this. It's been a while that I've recorded anything at all. And knowing that people like yourself are watching, listening, and caring about the content that I put out means so much that this is seeming more and more worth it. Thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you when I see you.